Hello and welcome to Happy Hour. I'm Paul.
I'm Kim.
And today we've got a fun little taste test, blind tasting, kind of a little bit of everything. So I was at the liquor store today and bought a couple of cool bottles. Maybe we'll go through those some other time. And I saw this little Glenmorangie taste testing kit. I don't know, pack, something like that,
Yeah.
Value pack. But it's got the 10-year-old original. These are all 100 ml bottles, so they're not the little 50 ones. There's a little bit bigger than that. The 10-year original, the 12-year-old Lasanta, the 14-year-old Quinta Rubin, and the, we don't know how old, Nectar d'Or, which is a Sauterne cast. So it's Sauternes. The Quinta Rubin is in, not sherry cask, port casks. Yep, port cask finish. The Lasanta is the 12-year-old in sherry casks. And then the original is bourbon or oak? Bourbon casks. I just looked it up. So the 10 years bourbon cask. So bourbon, sherry, port, and Sauternes. I had to look up what Sauternes is. It's a white grape, obviously. Sauvignon Blanc, a couple other grapes, I can't remember. But the bottom line is they basically get kind of a dry rot disease, and they kind of shrink and kind of turn raisiny a little bit. So the flavors basically concentrate a little bit. So it's a really sweet wine. But full disclosure, I've had the original before quite a few times. I really do like it. It's been quite a while since I've had it though. And I have had a bottle of the Nectar d'Or probably about 2 years ago. So they're not exactly, I remember I liked that. It was quite sweet, but, so I've had it, I liked it, but it's not really fresh on my mind. And I've never had the Quinta Rubin or the Lasanta. So certainly not a blind tasting, but we want to taste them blind just to see. Kim's never had any of them, right?
I've probably had this one
Maybe
before.
the original, several years ago. Because
I'm not like a big scotcheroo.
Right. I've had several bottles of this over the years, but so she's probably had a taste here and there. But yeah, I like tasting back to back. And what's really interesting is to be able to get, 4, 3 or 4, 4 in this case, different agings, different cask finishes of the same distillery. So you're kind of technically, it's arguably the same whiskey, you're really just discerning what type of finishes your palate likes. So this will be fun. We'll see which ones we like. I'll probably take a guess. I have labeled them. Each cup has a label corresponding to the whiskey.
A, B, C, D.
Yep, A, B, C, D.
And we'll mix up the cups.
We'll mix everything up. It's going to be probably, now that I look at it, kind of obvious. These two, the cask and the port cask and the sherry cask are both darker.
It's not super efficient.
But it's not so much about guessing which one it is. It's really just seeing if we do prefer one or the other. Because sometimes I've had the cheap version, and I like the cheap version better than the expensive version. Sometimes not, a lot of times not, but sometimes. So anyways, we're going to pour them up and we'll see in a second. All right, we're back. So right now they're still in order, A, B, C, D, the 10-year-old, the Lasanta, the Quinta Rubin, and the Nectar d'Or. But before, we're going to mix them all up. We're going to do a couple of double blind just for fun. But let me give you kind of a quick rundown, at least the tasting notes that Glenmorangie says. So the 10-year-old, like I said, bourbon cask matured. Let's go the original. A nose of mandarin, lemon, and peach. Smooth textures bring tastes of vanilla, coconut, and honey before a lasting, rounded finish.
Vanilla, coconut, honey.
That sounds glorious. I very rarely, we don't really do this very often, right? Like this whole tasting notes things is so subjective, but it's interesting to read what they think it is, and then because a lot of it is kind of in the mind, right? Like when someone may say rubber hose, and then you taste it the next sip, and you're like, I do taste rubber hose. Like it's a lot of, So that's the bourbon cask. That's the 10-year-old. So the sherry cask, the Lasanta, which is the 12-year-old, is a nose of toffee richness, ginger, and dates lead to honeyed tastes of sultanas, warm spices, and Seville orange. Then a long, lingering finish. That sounds nice too. So there's definitely some darker notes in there, right? The first one is mandarin, lemon, peach, so kind of brighter fruitier notes.
Coconut.
The Lasanta, they're talking about toffee richness with some spiciness of ginger. So that sounds interesting. So the Quinta Rubin, which is the 14-year-old age statement, It's pretty obvious the color difference as well, but so be it. It's a port cask finish. Turkish Delight, honeysuckle, and bold dark chocolate fill the nose, followed by velvet tastes of berries, mint chocolate, and bitter orange, with a finish of intense depth. So that one sounds like the darkest.
Mint chocolate.
Mint chocolate.
And bitter orange.
Turkish Delight, bitter orange. Yeah, so that sounds like fun. That should be interesting. And then the Sautern's Cast, the Nectar d'Or, is a sumptuous nose of lemon tart, vanilla pods, orange zest, and coconut. Then come silken tastes of gingerbread, nutmeg, and meringue, and a sweet, mellow finish. So similar to the 10-year-old. I think it's just a little deeper and a little richer, from what I remember at least, but I guess we'll find out. So anyways, those are the tasting notes. Close your eyes. Put your hands over your eyes. No cheating. I'm just going to mix them around here. We're both going to mix them up. So again, this is just for fun. The colors probably going to give themselves away a little bit on a few, but let's see. I don't even know what I did there other than the one I can tell. Okay, go ahead. All right, now my turn. You go ahead. Just look around a bit. Okay, good enough. All right. So I'm going to start with this one. Yeah, it's very light, very fruity. Actually, you do kind of get a bit of peach.
Well, you don't know which one it is.
No, I'm saying, but it doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
I'm getting a bit of peach. It could be the toad. Could be the one that's dark chocolate.
Okay.
I'm getting peach.
Okay, I want it really clear that I'm not scotchy.
It's good. It's to me that's a classic. It's the classic Scotch. It's very. It reminds me a little bit of kind of like a Glenlivet. Maybe a little bit like the 14-year-old, which is I think the 14-year-old is a cognac cask finish. So it's sweet. I did get a little bit of peach on the nose, not so much on the taste. Maybe a bit of lemony on the taste. It's bright. It's good. Me likey.
Well, thank goodness.
You get any flavors or taste, smells or anything? Just
Sorry.
whiskey? Smells like
Yeah.
whiskey? That's cool.
I'm not going
All
to
right.
have much to add to the conversation.
All right, well, I know what this one is, but... Ooh. Yeah. So the nose, I definitely got port. Like I could actually smell port. Port, sweet, kind of cherry-y, not cherry, yeah, maybe candy, a little bit candy cherry or like a grapey thing going on, a musty grape. And the flavor's nice. It's sweet. It's a little richer. Aftertaste, I'm getting a bit of a, I don't want to say chocolate, but kind of a richer bready kind of a thing going on. But yeah, that's nice. It's quite a bit different than the first one. Well, I shouldn't say quite a bit different. Arguably, they look considerably different, but other than that port red wine kind of kick in the beginning, they're both, to me, kind of quite bright and kind of classic. I like them both so far. All right.
I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one? What didn't you like about it?
I don't know.
Was it like bitter or sharp or?
It was, it just burns my nose. Doesn't give me a chance to even taste it.
Okay. Probably should have had a bit of water before. Can I have a sip of water when you're done? I should have got a water. I always forget the basics. I want to try that one again because that was almost too similar to the first one.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Like I get a little it gets darker. Unfortunately, maybe that's what's doing my brain. I get darker fruit. Like I don't know, like maybe like a riper peach. I do get vanilla. It is drier, actually. It's drier on the tongue than the first one. A little more bitter than the first one as well, but it's good. Maybe my least favorite so far, though, of the three. All right, let's move on to our last one. Ooh. So that one is lively. That one, lively sounds so silly. I don't know how else to use my words, but there's like a kind of an extra, a little kick. It's not so much the alcohol content. It's like a fruity, tarty, fruity. Again, kind of lemony, peachy. A little more lemon. A little more lemon. There's some grape. That one's good. I like that one. It's again similar to one. A little drier. Similar to one, but a little more flavors around the edges, like a little bit more going on. Definitely drier. So like almost like a little bit of saltiness too in it. I don't know if it's just my tongue's going a little bit numb now after 4, but
That might be my my favorite.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so I want to do a quick run through again just on smell.
I'm not going to try and guess which is which because I'll fail.
Yeah, on the nose, this is my favorite. It's just the liveliest and the fruitiest.
I'll try this one again.
All right, I'm going to rate them in this order. These are my 1 and 2, but let me see. Let me go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So basically, my order is.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just saying. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think, and I could be wrong.
I can't rate them. I don't know which one's which.
I believe this. I hate to be wrong because I believe it's Nectar d'Or, and the 10-year-old.
I was
So
going to
it's
say
like the
my
cheapest and the
favorite.
most expensive. Yeah, go ahead.
Least favorite. You mixed them up now, so I'm not sure which
Well,
one's
smell them
which.
again if you need to, or taste them again.
Nah, not that good.
I think this was the one that was on the end that you said you liked the most.
Me too. Yeah. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't like that one.
Okay, so we're basically the same, other than I like the port cask more than the sherry cask. I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing because that color is what's really standing out to me. If I could have screwed this up somehow. So I like the port more than what I think the sherry is. So then it's down to the 10-year-old and the Nectar d'Or. So it's the most expensive or the cheapest. And I got to do a good double take. So 2.
I got to do with that too.
Yeah. This has got to be the Nectar d'Or. There's just more fruitiness going on. But I don't know. I really don't know. Who knows? Let's figure it out. All right, so let's see. This is either going to be A or D.
Okay.
A!
So that's the original.
That's the 10-year-old. So the
Let's just
winner.
grab 'em.
So that's this guy. I don't know what the other ones are yet. Original. Oh, actually, I jumped the gun. Hopefully this is D. Yeah, that's D. So that's the Nectar d'Or.
This is the most expensive one.
Yeah.
And this is the
That's
least
the cheapest.
expensive.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's that? That should be B, right? Or no, that should be this one, C.
Yeah.
Yeah, so C. And that's the color. Is very unique. There's a really red tinge to it. And then the sherry at the end. Okay, interesting. So, interesting for us. I remember really liking this. Like, I remember thinking it was, like, spectacular.
Probably because you knew it was the most expensive one.
Well, not that I didn't. I bought a bottle of it years ago, like on its own. I didn't know it was the most. It's not the most expensive Glenmorangie, but of these 4, it is.
I'm just glad that this is his #1 pick.
It's really good.
I'm not a Scotch. This is what, fourth time I've said this. I'm not a Scotch person. So I think for our next video, we should do a Kim drink.
Wow, this is just so lively and fresh and fruity. So really, what it comes down to is part of the fun of doing this is like, again, I'm terrible giving tasting notes. I can give you some vagaries that come into mind that when I smelled something, but if you've tried one of the Glenmorangies, or maybe you've tried the original and you haven't tried these other ones, maybe our tasting notes may help. Whether or not do you want to spend $75 or whatever the heck this is? I think it's about $75 for the Nectar Door. It's kind of I'm getting from it a slightly more complex 10, but a little less sweet and fruity. So
how much was this kit? How much was this?
I think it was like $30, $29.99 or something.
So it's a good way to check out
is.
which one your favorite is before you invest money.
Yeah, like these are like, I think this Lasanta is about $50. I think the Quinta Rubin is, and this is, we're in Chicago, prices vary across the country, I know that, but this is like 50, this is like 55 or 60, I think, or somewhere in that range. This is, I think, like $75. And the 10 original, I think it was only like 30 or 32 or $30, something in that range. So
I mean, we say only.
well, only, of course. You can get a bottle of Johnny Walker Red or a bottle of Cutty Sark or whatever. But if you want a good aged single malt, Glenmorangie 10 is a great place to start. And especially if you're not into Scotch and haven't really tasted or tried that many Scotches. I think it's very friendly. It's not super proofed. I think it's only 40%. It's not like these are all really like 43, I think, and 46, a couple of them.
This one I felt like was stronger.
The 46 is the highest these are, but it's not like getting a bottle of Aberlour or Abunda or whatever the heck it's called, or these cask strengths. It's not gonna like kick you out of your friggin' panties. But anyway, so 10-year-old recommended. We both picked it as our number one. So if you haven't tried it already, go try a bottle. Anyways, thanks for watching Happy Hour. Like I said, I got a couple of the cool bottles. Maybe we'll do some sherry bombs, some higher priced ones next time, or some peaty ones, or a vodka one. Who knows? Anyways, we'll
click subscribe to receive updates.
Yeah, click subscribe. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, click thumbs down twice. I got that from Gerald Undone. See ya.
Bye.